Hi, this is Julian Stout, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, and world record powerlifter here to take the fear out of fitness. Today's topic is the four refs, which stands for four reasons for eating food, right? Um, have you ever wondered why is it that you've gotten in the situation you're in when it comes to your health in terms of necessarily obesity potentially or being actually overweight? Well, the answer to that might lie in the four refs. Um, the four refs are actually four F's in regards to the reasons for eating food, but they they are consistent with the four reasons why anyone in particular eats food. And the first one is for fuel, right? There are a group of people who simply eat to keep their bodies going throughout the day. They typically are usually leaner in body fat composition, or they're lean and usually, in some cases, possibly skinny, or they're lean and muscular. Those who are lean and muscular are eating for fuel with the purpose of building to continue to perform, whereas people who are lean and skinny tend to just simply eat for the maintenance of consciousness while either working or in fact let's say um existing, right? Number two is fog. The reason why that is because some people eat in the fog. When I'm leaving work to go home, to actually go home, there are times where I will stop and get something to eat because I haven't eaten since my workout before I train my last client. And when that happens, I immediately go to Walmart and grab something. I typically go to Walmart to grab something because I don't want to go to the convenience store, because I will definitely grab just candy. And if I am going to grab candy, why don't I just go to Walmart and grab the candy anyway, right? However, there are times where I'll grab pistachio nuts, I'll grab pineapples, I'll grab an orange and some bananas, something to that effect, and then wash it down with seltzer water on my way home. But if I do find myself eating, making poor choices in what I eat, that's the time where I realize that I'm eating in a fog, because I'm eating while I'm driving, and my drives are usually really long. And because of that, I don't want to put myself in a position where I am in a fog eating. I'm mindlessly eating. I'm just picking up food and putting it into my mouth, and I'm not even measuring what I'm eating. I have found myself to eat, let's say a bag of shell pistachios. I've eaten usually a third of the bag on my way home while drinking 20 ounces to maybe 20 to 32 ounces of water and seltzer water combined, or some variation of Gatorade or some iteration of fluids, right? Um, the next one is fury. Fury is when you are binge eating. Fury is when you're binge eating and you're consciously doing it. And when you binge eat and you're consciously doing it, which is the difference from fog, because fog is binge eating and you're not aware that you're doing it. Whereas fury is you're eating because it is what you want to do to make yourself feel better. It's usually typically tied to anxiety or some sort of depression, is why some people will tend to eat in a fury. Fury is not necessarily you're enraged as you're eating. You're not angry eating. It's that you're eating with voraciousness to the point where people might be concerned with you being hungry or you just being in a psychopathic state if you're eating in that with that level of intensity. Last but not least, and it's typically the insidious reasons why we become obese, and that is fun. Fun is when we go hang out with our friends at the pizza joint. Meet me at this restaurant. Let's go hang out at this place. We're getting married, so there's going to be food and alcohol and all this other stuff there as well. You go to the bar, or you're on a date and you want to spend some money on someone special. You then turn around and put yourself in a position where you went to eat, went to the movies, you ate some more, you ate junk after you had a nice dinner, you went and ate junk at the movies while enjoying the movies. And then after that, you have a nightcap and you decide to consume some alcohol, right? Um, all of those things combined was not necessary, because I assure you that the majority of people who eat at a restaurant, the restaurant provided you with enough calories for you to last for the entire day. But due to the fact that your appetite and your hunger will soon kick in, because your hunger will kick in the minute your stomach empties, which usually takes anywhere between 3 to 4 hours for your stomach to empty, which will let your body know that it's ready to receive more food. You've already consumed 2,000 calories just in that meal, or anything close to that. And anything truthfully over 1,200 calories is a prime risk for you to have eaten your daily caloric intake, due to the fact that we have already discovered that baseline metabolisms are anywhere between 12 to 1,800 calories, depending on the size of the individual. So fun eating, or recreational eating as it's called, is usually the insidious one on why we gain weight and gain excessive weight, to the point where we do tend to become either obese or overweight, the true meaning of overweight or the true meaning of obesity. And as a result, what I like people to do is to control, when I'm training somebody, especially for weight loss, what I like to do is get people to write down everything that they eat and keep a food log, because and a food diary, because when you log everything in and then write about how you're feeling and what were you doing at the time that you ate this stuff, it then starts to reveal a pattern to me on why is it that you are gaining unnecessary weight per se. Let's say you are borderline obese and you're wondering why you've gotten this way. I need to see your eating patterns. I need to see your eating habits, and I also need to see the types of foods that you're eating. It's not a an act of shaming. It's not that I want to sit there and shame you in what you're eating, because you know what? I like eating, crabs and lobsters in butter, with sausage with butter in it. I like eating that stuff. It's delicious. However, do I need that? No. Do I need that at that time? No. I decided that I'm going to enjoy something that I don't typically eat as a recreational food. However, it's not, if you're eating this stuff on a regular basis, where you just go to Juicy Crab every weekend for the last year, you just go, you spend your, $50 to $100 on whatever it is that you wanted to order there, that's on you. I mean, I'm not saying that that's bad per se, but I mean, really, you don't think that that's not a bad thing? Well, let's say you don't even eat there every weekend. Let's say you're eating out every weekend. That's not necessarily a good thing either, because you are inundating yourself with so many calories that it's not necessary. Not saying you don't need to eat, and I'm not saying that you don't need to enjoy yourself, but your recreational eating might be the cause. So let's say you ate for 4th of July. I'm pretty sure if you ate a good amount of food on 4th of July, you well exceeded your caloric intake for the day in one sitting, probably. And those of us who are smart, we tend to, minimize our eating throughout the day to meet for that moment where we're going to exceed our caloric intake for the day. So for instance, me, when I go and eat a 4th of July, I usually eat, let's say, a small bowl of oatmeal. I'll eat a small bowl of oatmeal. I'll make sure that it's not instant oatmeal. I usually make steel cut oatmeal at that particular time. Then from there, I will drink a lot of water. I will drink plenty of water throughout the day. And then when I notice that it's getting close to the time to eat, I will wait an additional hour or two, so that way it's closer to dinner than it is to lunch. And then when that happens, then I will eat my recreational foods for the day. Even with Thanksgiving, I kind of do the same thing. So whenever you have these holidays where you are traditionally in your culture to eat recreationally, whether you're a Hindu, whether you're Asian, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're mixed, Pacific Islander, it doesn't matter. You know you have holidays when you are required to have cultural recreational eating. So therefore, it is incumbent upon you to be planning for how you're going to meet the needs of your body while also meeting the needs of your culture, while also not being the wet blanket in the room. So um this is where the rubber meets the road. Once a month, out to eat once a month, maybe. And when you go out to eat that once a month, that is when I would personally make it my business to avoid high calorie eating until it's time to eat the high calorie foods that tend to be at these restaurants and occasions. Other than that, I would advise you to cook your own food. Make sure that you are choosing healthy foods when you go to the store to purchase, so that way you can avoid the unnecessary weight gain so that you can be the best you. Questions, comments, concerns? If you have any, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Have a nice day and be the best you.